James hit the nail on the head. We have got to ensure that our young people, whether they're going into work or going to university, can compete on a level playing field with young people in other countries. Over the last 10 years, other countries have raced ahead of us. In the international league tables that tell the truth about what's happening in our schools, we've fallen behind. When it comes to literacy, when it comes to numeracy, when it comes to science, when it comes to almost every measure. So I think we should learn from other countries, be a bit humble and a bit less arrogant about how good things are in this country, and say, what do they do abroad? And if you look at what happens in France, or in Holland, or in Canada, or in Singapore, or in Hong Kong, or in any of the countries which have good education systems, many of which are much better than our own, they expect that children at the age of 16 will have a rounded education, which means that they're fluent in their own language, they've learnt a foreign language, and in the last few years the number of students studying foreign languages has dropped dramatically, making us a more insular and narrow-minded nation. And in those other countries they expect people to master the sciences, to study a humanities subject like history or geography, which widens human sympathy. That is the rounded education they expect. And the problem that we've had in this country, as an historic problem, is we've automatically assumed an academic education is only for a minority. Only 25 or 30% of people can ever succeed at these subjects. Well, that is rubbish, and it's proved by a school in Diane's constituency called Mossbourne Academy. Now, that school has more children who are eligible for free school meals than the average number of children in Hackney. More children who've got special needs than the average number of children in Hackney. And as Diane will tell you, Hackney isn't Surrey. But that school has the sort of league table results and the number of students who are getting good academic GCSEs that would shame schools in leafy parts of the country. And the problem, David...
What do you say to David?
But what I say to Zoe is, all of us are facing an education challenge in this country, and it is, how can we ensure that we end the patronising twaddle of the last 30 years that assumes just because kids come from working class backgrounds that they cannot succeed in academic subjects? Because of my own background, I'm determined to ensure that children have that chance. And when people say, oh, you're damning children because they can't succeed, what I hear is the next generation being written off because we do not have high aspirations for them. And one of the reasons I'm in politics is to make sure that we transform our education system so that kids who've been written off in the past at last have a chance to succeed.